I have two main goals this week. Number one is to put together a list of all the contacts that I've made over the past few years, and as well as people that I've known for a while, that I'm going to ask, that I can go to and ask, who do you know who has a podcast? Who do you know who has a group that I could speak to? Who do you know that has an email list? I put together that comprehensive list in an Excel spreadsheet. And also, perhaps that person is someone I could partner with directly. So I'm going to inventory that list. And then the other thing is, I was introduced to a gentleman named Ron. What's Ron's? Forgot his last name. Ron Story. There we go. Ron Story Jr. Ron has a company called Pitch DB, like Pitch Database. I'm so excited. I'm going to talk about that to have an opportunity to partner with him on some stuff. So I've got some work to do there, but I'll talk about that.
You know when someone is selling from stage and at the end the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Mischa Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy.
Awesome. It's a Monday as I record this, and before I get started on the list of people that I want to inventory, and Ron Story Jr. and his Pitch DB, can I just tell you that everybody has an opinion? Everybody has a freaking opinion. And when you're trying to stay focused, oh my gosh, and gain momentum and keep working as an entrepreneur, man, you got to be careful of what opinions you take in. Where do I want to go with this? And in that regard, I was finding myself getting defensive with one of my sons, who's like, I've got an idea for you. And I was just getting defensive. Like, oh my gosh, just what I need, another idea by someone who's not doing something. And that is not true about Waylon. Waylon is working hard on his own project. And he was just trying to bounce ideas around with me, but I was in a defensive mode as I'd been getting flack from some supposed supportive people. Oh my gosh, a little bit of a ramble there, but what's needed to get through those times is lots of prayer, lots of meditation, lots of praying to be of service, keeping my eye on who I'm serving and how I can help them, versus what people who have ideas and opinions on your stuff, who aren't even in the same niche, who don't even have anything to do with it. It's like, what? Why are you telling me this? Oh my gosh. I'm going to do an episode on that. Yeah, I think I will. Anyway, one thing that I have been doing a poor job at over the past couple of years is inventorying the list of people that I'm meeting that would be fun to work with, partner with, that I've made a connection with, maybe emotionally, maybe business-wise, whatever. As I've been, speaking on podcasts, as I've been going to events, as I've been participating in other people's masterminds, hot seats, coaching calls, things like that. A lot of people, reach out to me and to connect, and so I make these great connections. And one of my strengths back in the day as a mortgage loan officer and as a salesman, everything really came together for me in the mortgage business. But was, keeping a database of everybody and having a good CRM, customer relationship management system, and keeping track of everybody, and when someone would say, hey, let's work on something, back in the day, I'd be able to calendar that in the CRM or have notes to refer to. And for whatever reason, over the past few years, as I've re-emerged in the online marketing space, I've kind of disparately kept track of people. When I say disparately, meaning I would take some notes in the Apple Notes app, or take notes in a Google Sheet, Google Doc, and then, take notes over here, snap pictures of people. And so I've got all this people that I've talked to, communicated with, met, etc., as I've just shared about, but not consolidated that so I could efficiently follow up with and reconnect with them. And it's time. So I'm not begrudging that. It's just interesting how I let's say didn't prioritize that for a while. But now, as I've got a message, an offer, and the message in the offer, again, if you're new to the podcast, is I'm going to help you go on an influence tour. I'm going to help you leverage your contacts. I'm going to help you make new contacts. I'm going to help you maximize those contacts, grow those contacts by going on an influence tour. Guest speaking on podcasts, then partnering with people with email lists, and making offers with people, and doing master classes with people, and to get people to work with you, grow your list, opt in, all these things. And so I have a legit offer. I've got my membership, my Influence Army membership, which people are paying me to learn how to go on this influence tour, how to guest speak on podcasts. And oh my gosh, I just had the most amazing testimonial. This woman, Dawn Gadden, just gave it to me. She sent me an email and she said, hey, this is so amazing. I'm speaking on all these podcasts. I'm putting myself out there, with your help. Thanks so much. I'm dying to give you a testimonial. And so I got a great testimonial from Dawn. And, one of the things she said is, oh my gosh, you gave me so much confidence to put herself out there. And my frameworks were so powerful to help her with that. And she said at one point, she said, hey, I've got 6 podcasts I'm speaking on this month scheduled. So very powerful. But anyway, it's time to grow. It's time to grow, get the message out, get people into the Influence Army, and help them, and help you heart-centered entrepreneurs get your message out, grow your business in a big way, right? And part of that for me is I've spent the last 6 months building out the Influence Army, teaching, creating curriculum, learning, getting feedback myself from all the members. And I've got the infrastructure there. The core course is there to help you guest speak on podcasts. And so now it's time to get the word out. And so an easy way to start getting the word out fast is to inventory your current contacts and strategically and see if your contacts are a good person to partner with, and if they aren't necessarily good to partner with because maybe they are in a different business, or they don't have a list, or maybe they're just a friend. But so many friends of mine lately have been offering me unsolicited contacts of their friends who have a podcast, right? They're like, oh my gosh, my friend has a podcast. You should speak on it. So your sphere of influence, that's what I like to call this. Your sphere of influence is such a good place to start. And that could be past customers as well. Old friends, business contacts. Oh my gosh. I've even got a list of, my mortgage customers who I helped get home loans back in the day, and those realtor contacts as well. And I'll be emailing them, hey, this is what I'm doing these days. Who do you know that I can help, that I can speak to, that I can teach, that has an email list, that, this is what I'm doing. And so it'll be fun. I'm going to do that too. Anyway, that's what's on the agenda for this week. Oh yes, Ron's story. I'll do that as a part 2. That'll be in episode number 2. So let's call this episode 1. Next episode will be Ron's story and the pitch DB opportunity.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.